Hey everybody, Rodney Thompson here, creator of Spectaculars, and I just wanted to show you what we got in today. It is the pre-production copy of Spectaculars. This is a hand-assembled copy of the game that's come from the manufacturer, and this is basically part of the production process where they send me a copy of the game that they have put together by hand, and then I can look over it and see like, hey, here are all the components, and here's what they look like, and here's what the cardstock is like, just to make sure that everything is shaping up okay before mass production begins. So I want to go ahead and show this to everybody so you can kind of see, like, this is essentially what Spectaculars is going to look like, or very close to it in its final form. None of these are final components, none of these are mass-produced, but so you may see some small differences between what's here in this pre-production copy and what will be in the final game, but I figured it'd be a good chance for you to get sort of the general idea about what it's going to be. So I'm just going to take this lid off here, theoretically, so you can sort of see what is inside. Okay, so right away on top, we've got our player trays and our hero progress sheets. This is a pad of hero progress sheets. It's 40 sheets, and you see on the front is the actual hero progress tracking, and on the back is a section for notes. Set that aside. And then here are the player trays. This is basically, there's one of these in here for each player, up to 6 players, so there's 6 trays in here. Again, these are not final. I've showed these off before, and I'll show it off a little bit more in a few minutes, but basically this is what's going to hold your character and your cards and your dice. And then inside we have the rulebook. Anyone who has picked up a copy of Dusk City Outlaws is going to be familiar with this. It's a glossy rulebook, large print, really easy to read, easy to flip through, big square board game style rulebook, so it just sort of sits open and easy to reference at the table there. Set that aside. And then the setting book. This is on a little bit different stock of paper because it is meant to be written in. Inside here is where you're going to find all the different elements of your campaign setting that you're creating. So you can see, like, oh, here's the bad neighborhood, here's the evil dictatorship, here's a distant world, right? And each section has a place for notes, and then you get back in here a little bit further. Oh, here's some NPCs, like the celebrity bigot, or the media personality. And then you've got a section for minor characters, so you can fill out and basically keep a log of any minor characters that show up in your game. And then the publication history. This is where you're going to write, like, hey, here's what happened in each of these issues as we played through them. And on the back, it's just got like some tips for using the setting book. Anyways, there's that. Then we get to our series pads. So these series pads, there are 4 of them. Each one is a different campaign that you can play through in a sort of a different genre of superheroes. So Streetlight Knights here, this is a sort of street level heroes game. And you can see that this is also a tear-off pad, like the campaign or the hero progress sheets. But you can also notice that the sheets are different. It's not all just the same sheet, because as you play through this campaign, you're going to tear off the pages and go down through there. And this includes like your team rosters, it includes your hero archetypes, right? Like the Street Sentinel, right? It includes your villains, the foil. Let's see if I can find a scenario here to show you. Sure, it's awesome watching my hands here. Yeah, and then here's the scenarios, right? And they're basically all down through here, front and back. So that's Streetlight Knights, and then of course it also comes with Clash Among the Stars, which is the cosmic themed one. It comes with Explorers the Unknown, which is the sort of super science Avengers Justice League one, and then Eldritch Mysteries, which is all about like sorcery and magic and stuff like that. These are pretty thick too. There are 12 or 13 scenarios in each one of these, plus accompanying heroes, villains, groups, etc. all through here. So they're pretty hefty. Each one of these is 40 pages as well, 80 if you count them front and back. Then inside the box here, we've got basically a spot for all the different cards. Your dice will fit here into this tray. These cards pop out. Each one of these card bays is designed so that you can push on the side and the cards pop up. It makes them easier to pull out. Like, see here, these come out very easily. because I can basically just push on the corner, lift up the whole deck. Base for your coins, or your tokens. I've got the metal tokens in here right now, so if you backed them on Kickstarter, you can get the metal ones. They all fit in there. It also comes with cardboard tokens, just in case you didn't. And then base for your advantage and challenge dice. Your continuity tokens are here as well. So yeah, it comes with all those. I'll go ahead and pull out some of these cards so you can take a look. So here are the identity cards. These are the general ones, and then you see like each series has their own. So like these are the ones for Clash Among the Stars. Here's the ones for Eldritch Mysteries, and what you do is you basically take the basic ones, which are the little blue ones here, and then for whatever series you're playing in, you're then going to take those and then shuffle them together to form the deck, and then deal them out randomly. So that's how you get sort of like, oh, these are really broad, and then these are sort of genre-specific ones. So those are identities. They tell you who you are in your civilian life, and they give you your skills as well. So that's those. And then we have your powers over here. They sort of operate on the same theory, where there are these blue ones that are the more general ones, like air manipulation and corrosion and elastic body, electricity manipulation, explosions, all the sort of standard ones. And then you have the series specific ones, like this is animated objects. This one's from the Eldritch Mysteries set, or clairvoyance. They're just sort of make sure that, like necromancy, sort of make sure that your heroes have some options that are sort of in genre, and then some broader options as well. Of course, you can mix and match these however you want to. You know, it's your table, your campaign, but it's sort of set up to give you some genre, sort of genre hints there. Down here we have our basic powers. These are the ones that are available to anyone. Energy blast, flight, signature weapon, etc. So you can take those in addition to the ones you get randomly dealt. Up here we have our initiative deck. Oop. So it's got cards for the characters by their roles. It's got villains of multiple different colors, minions of multiple different colors, minor villains of multiple different colors. Basically using colors so that you can differentiate which card represents which, you know, whatever, which villain or minion group or minor villain, etc. as you're playing through the game. So that basically, like, you can say, like, okay, well, I've got 3 minor villains in the scene. I'll use these 3 different colors to differentiate them as far as the initiative track goes. And then it's got some cards for your allies. It's got cards for the critical complications. It's got a spotlight card for somebody who takes the spotlight. And I also threw in this question mark card because, you know, it's sometimes, like, you're going to improvise something that I couldn't anticipate. So there's this question mark initiative card. I should also point out the backs of all these cards are different colors too. So all of the ones that are used by the narrator are vertically oriented. So you see these initiative cards are the province of the narrator. They're vertical. All of the cards that are used by players are horizontally oriented, and they have different backs as well. So you can kind of keep track of which ones are which, and even when they're face down. Down here we have the deck of complications. This is a narrator's tool that you can use to sort of bring in interesting complications as you're playing through the game. Like, oh, like you're in the middle of a fight and a vehicle gets overturned. You got to save some people, or like, oh no, some people are critically injured, or you know, there are unpredictable powers at play, etc. Again, vertical orientation because they are narrator cards. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it comes with all that here in the box. Now I think it'd be a good idea for me to show you what it looks like to have a character in one of the player trays. So I'll go ahead and pull one of the player trays out here. Let me get this out of the way so everybody can actually see it here. So that goes there, and I'll go ahead and tear out, even though it pains me to be the first one to crack this copy of the game, I will tear out one of the hero archetype sheets just so you can see exactly how that's going to work. Alright, so I'll tear out the construct hero sheet. So as a hero player, I'm going to fill out this side of the sheet. It's going to give me a bunch of multiple choice questions that help me sort of define who my hero is. Like, hey, what are my personality traits? What's my, you know, nature? What are my vulnerabilities and resistances, etc. And then on the back, this is where all of my game mechanics are going to be that I'm going to use during play. And so this fits right snugly in to the tray right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab some powers and identities. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to start sliding them in right here. and they get held real snugly right there. And they fit right in and cover up the appropriate spots. I'll go ahead and grab myself an identity here. Getting all the A's because these cards are in alphabetical order. A team roll. Yeah, this is going to be Mr. A as my hero here. You see, I'll just sort of fit snugly right in there. And bam, now I've got a little bit of a glare from my overhead lights. Sorry about that. Now I've got all of my cards socketed in there just perfectly. They fit really nice and snug in there. So as I'm playing the game, goodness, there we go. As I'm playing the game, it's a little bit easier for me to just sort of see how my character fits together and not worry about things moving around. Also, if I want to, there's a spot right down here at the bottom where I can store my dice. And then as I have or accrue hero points, there is a little tray right here for me to put my hero points in as well. So basically, stores everything that I need for my character while I'm playing it. And there you go. And so like in play, this tray is going to be basically holding all my stuff. And it's reinforced here at the point where you would be writing down your hero points and your resistances. So you can actually write onto the tray. I mean, you don't want to press down super hard because it is just plastic, but sort of gives you an idea of what it'll look like. And then this way, like as you're playing, everything is arranged neatly in front of you and you don't have to worry about like, oh, I bumped the table and all my cards slid around. And so 6 of these trays come in each copy of the game. So there's plenty for everybody. But yeah, that's basically it. That's everything that's going to be in a copy of Spectaculars. So, got that to look forward to. Here's the box cover. Oops, box cover a little too close there. Box cover again. There we go. So, thanks for watching. Hope you're as excited about this as I am, because it's pretty amazing to get a physical copy of a game that you have been working on this long. So thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for Spectaculars.